Hello, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Everybody
Hello.
else, introduce yourselves.
Hello,
Hi.
I am Dracula and some number.
Hello, I am Dimension Satire, coach of the Rugrats.
Hello,
The other
I am
guy?
Awkward Silence.
Good job, Fraser.
I am
Brilliant.
Fraser Taser of Team Cold and oh geez.
And my name is Viper Kang, and I'm the captain of Muscle.
Okay, then.
Oh, okay. So we got a captain and a coach. Okay, I see how it is.
Correct. Yes, we do. So,
Listen, I have the SS Broly. I'm a captain.
Hello, I'm back.
Well, of course you're
going,
a captain.
Cal.
You've
Keep
got a
going.
big ship.
Back
Well, I
to
mean-
the main subject.
so
A ship.
the first question for all of you is, what part of the week's matches do we want to start with?
The beginning.
Personally, I'd like
I
to
think-
start from the beginning in order, starting with Nam versus Fascia.
Okay.
Personally, I
let's
think we
start
should
with-
start next week. Next week would be a good starting point.
Okay. So, completely ignoring what Kang just said. We're
As
going-
usual.
Match 1, Nam versus Fascia. Nam completely annihilated Fascia. Nam only took, not even a full 2 bars of health in damage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, I believe he had two, or at least a bar and a half of health left.
I
so
believe
I mean,
he had 2.5, yes.
yeah, exactly.
So,
Sorry,
comments
Fasha,
on
you
that?
got served.
yep. She was
But that's the power of Power Body when used correctly.
It's the power of water.
okay. So what we have going against Fascia was attack up 2, defense down 1, serious, master strike, power of wage. She likes lowering
Wage.
wages. She likes
Wage.
lowering wages.
The power of wages. It's
Call
like
it
Here's
Oh,
all the
okay.
finances for the vowels.
Yeah.
Warrior lineage, and then she was Broly AI. And then Nam was attack up 1, quick fast attack, serious, power body, and cell AI.
Well, there's your problem. Shut Broly's brain.
Well, that seems like I haven't seen that build on Fascia. At least not that.
I think they were testing something
And-
new.
So I think they were
Yeah,
testing.
but
Yeah.
why would you? It does definitely seem like a test for Fascia. I mean, unless I haven't seen it in off season, so I'm curious as to why they would do it against their divisional rivals, the
Maybe
Dragon
they
Ball
just,
Warriors.
maybe they or the coach just felt really strongly about the build working.
Maybe
Or
they
it
didn't
could
think
be-
it'd be that important.
But then on the other hand, it's also a different AI. I mean, Fascia's been solid on Gohan AI since way before I joined.
Right, and every single time Fascia has gone up against Nam, she's not fared well. So they see Fascia going up against Nam, and so they go,
So they
okay,
change it up.
Aurelie has been performing amazing. 18 has been performing pretty solid. Say a Woman always performs pretty solid.
So we
And
can take
Pan is
chance.
decent. So let's see if we can get Fascia to perform good against Nam, because all Fascia needed to do was out melee Nam, which on a good day she could do. It's just
Or at least stay even with him. I mean,
exactly, but it's
Are you
just
saying she was on a bad day?
no, yeah, because
This
Fascia
week?
is pound for pound one of the better melee characters in the league. The unfortunate thing is that will she perform on that day? You know, because like look
there
at
have
look at
been
my
there have been days.
And
yeah, like you have certain characters that are really good in their role, and you just have to sit there and go, okay, now are you going to do your job?
I mean, I feel
Yeah.
like if it wasn't for Power Body, Fascia would still have performed really quite strongly. So I wouldn't really say it was a bad day. I'd say it was purely Nam's counter of Power Body that just completely ruined Fascia's combos and all opportunities she had to do B2s.
Yeah, because Fascia was doing what she normally did. It's hard to tell if it was better than Gohan AI. There's no way to tell at this point.
Yeah.
But I honestly was expecting Power Body Fascia versus Power Body Nam. I mean,
That would've been
100%.
interesting.
that would have been a
been
much better
gigantic
match
cluster.
than what we saw.
Agreed.
It was still a very good match until Goku came out and completely destroyed Saiyawoman.
Yeah, I mean that was almost dead even. I mean the Vowels
it
just about
was.
brought it back.
I think it actually was
Yes.
almost completely dead even.
I think when it came to say a woman and Goku had what missed half a bar, so he had like 3.5 bars still. So it was a really close match.
It was a very,
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. And then Goku just came to play.
Goku dodged
Dodge.
literally everything. So
Well, that's the joys of
Not
after
as much as
strike.
the Gohans.
okay, we'll get to that. We'll get to the Gohans.
Yeah,
and
those will
push-
be talked and discussed about
push
further
the,
later
push the
on.
Gohans to the side for another topic. So after Nam beat Fasha, Android 18 came out. During that
Android 18 did really well.
she did.
She did.
Yes.
During the exchange with Nam, she only took 1 bar and dealt 2 to Nam. And then
Before he tagged.
yes, and then when General Tao came out, she did 2 bars to General Tao and then went down. So
Yeah, and she started to go back to Scary 18 that we saw before season 5. I mean, throughout season 5, she wouldn't do what made her a gigantic powerhouse. I think in season 4, which was exactly what we saw. You know, ultimate,
B2s.
unyielding spirit, and
just
you
keeps
know at least
piling
another
up.
B2, if not another
She
ultimate.
used her full power B1 very well as well in that fight.
Yes,
Yeah.
she did.
That
And then she was
impressed
just on
me.
her A game. She'd dodge at the correct moments. She wouldn't just derp around and suddenly get hit by everything. I think she was probably back to the old ways. I'm really happy to see that.
That
Really
was
happy.
very, very good. Back to the basics 18. So
Yes.
hopefully, if she keeps playing like that, she's going to be a threat later down the line.
Oh, definitely.
So after that, Aurelie came in and completely annihilated Tao.
To really come on.
Given that he only had like 1.5 bars left, but still got taken out pretty easy. And then Aurelie Pilaf came out and went toe to toe with Aurelie.
Which was surprising. I mean, they have
that
almost
surprised me.
the exact same moveset, except for
Yes.
the fact, except for Pilaf's B1s. It's just Pilaf isn't as solid in general, but he
Yes.
was this match.
This match he
And
did very
Aurelie-
good.
Aurelie, we have to remember, has way better melee because she can break power bodies.
Yes.
Right.
Her combos are stronger, and they have stronger stuns when she does
And
smash
her
attacks
ping.
and whatnot. So it's
Her
really
ping is an amazing B2 as well.
It's a lot
in my
more
opinion.
powerful than I think Pilaf's is, definitely.
That's
It
just
is.
because of the build, though.
Well,
Like, I personally wasn't very surprised at all that he was able to hold his own with Aurelie. Actually was surprised that he got taken down by Aurelie. Because if you notice how he's been performing the last couple of weeks,
Yes, he's been a very, very
been on-
good surprise for the Dragon Ball Warriors.
yeah, they finally figured out how to make him a solid android character because he has really good charge. He knows when to break out his B2s.
But
He
he
seems to-
always runs into problems when he transforms. That's
Yes.
the problem.
Yes,
Right,
back-
but
he
he
didn't.
almost always does a character's damage or slightly less before he transforms. I don't
Yes.
think there's been too many characters that he's gone up against this season that he hasn't brought down to at least their last bar of health before being forced to tag or transform.
True. But he also is a big threat when he does transform because of that Gatling gun.
those
Which we
B2s.
saw
If they
this
can get
week,
him to
definitely.
work in both forms, then they've got a solid contender
Yes.
that will be a very big threat to the majority
He's
of teams.
proven that he can be a threat. Yes. So, next we have Nam coming in and taking out Aurelie very fast because she was only on a half bar of health. And then Saiya Woman comes in and takes out Nam without taking too much damage.
yeah, because
Yes.
Saiya Woman, I think, is one of the unsung heroes of the Valkyries. I mean, she's been very solid week in, week out. She just hasn't. I don't think she's had any standout performances. But I
She's
think
just not very memorable.
She
Um,
does her job well, but she never
I don't-
really stands out.
I don't know. I think
Exactly.
I'd have to disagree with you guys again. I think Saiya Woman is quite possibly lately the highlight of the battles because
I'm with
you
Viper
have-
King on this one.
yeah, because you have Aurelie. She's a demon child. She comes out, everybody goes, "Oh yay, it's Aurelie. Let's see how much damage she does." You have 18. She comes out, and everybody's like, "All right, does she perform? Does she not perform?" Fasha, same thing. Pan, everybody looks at her and goes, "Oh, that's adorable. Hopefully she does some damage." But you have Saiyan Woman hit the field, and I don't know. At least for me, I see her hit the field, and I go, "Oh shit, it's go time," because she is just.
I go,
She is
oh,
just
how many
gone.
B2s is she going to miss?
Well,
Yeah,
it depends
no,
on
I-
the version of Saiya Woman we get. I mean, we've seen Saiya Woman do amazing, and yet nobody really mentions it. I mean,
Because
I think it's
again,
because
purely
she's
I
so
because-
consistent.
She's very
she's so
consistent.
Yeah,
And
she's so
there we go.
consistent in her amazingness
I'm not
that it kind of makes it like
Normal.
commonplace.
personally.
When
I'm
you
talking
see-
character-wise.
But
Her
that's what I mean.
character
That's
is very forgettable, not her performance.
Fraser.
well, yeah. But what you tapped on earlier, the fact that she is very consistent and very solid. That's exactly what I mean. She's the unsung hero because, I mean, she's extremely strong, but nobody notices that compared to Fasha and Aurelie and 18. I mean, she is very much an asset to that team, and I don't think
Let's put
a
it this
lot
way.
of the viewers notice that as much.
Let's put it this way. I feel as if she is the underdog of the Valkyries.
No, you
No,
can't
Pan's
call her
the
an
underdog of the
Pan's the
Valkyries.
underdog.
Well,
Pan, you can do
funny you
it.
mention Pan. Every time I see her come out, I think back to This is completely unrelated to the Major League, but I saw a test for the minor league that was done a while ago. She wrecked face, so she definitely has potential,
Oh yeah,
as any other
that's why she's
character.
part of the
So,
team. I mean, that's why Zangia's not there. But
mm,
If
Yeah.
you look at the entirety of the team, there will never be a list where Pan does not come in at the bottom. I don't think. I don't think anybody can make a power list of the Vals and not have Pan come in at the bottom. Not saying that she's a bad character, but in terms of the team in total, she's the weakest member.
Yes.
right,
True. Okay, so do we want to? Well, after we already mentioned Goku coming in, dodging all of Sailwoman's attacks, losing no bars of health, and taking her down.
And we know if he wouldn't have dodged 2 or 3 of those B2s,
It would have been.
it would have been very even.
It would have been a
different fight.
very, very, very. It would have been a whole lot of a closer game than what we saw.
Yes.
but then that was the advantage of putting Kabito's secret art on Kid Goku,
Yep.
just so he could do that
'Cause
explicitly, so he could do that.
Oh yeah, but you're never guaranteed that he's gonna
Oh,
spam
never.
after strike.
I mean, it's the same thing with Bardock of the Saiyans. I mean, you put Kabito's secret art on him, he has what 5 blast talks, and he doesn't use anything.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's happened before. So, do we want to move to Swords versus Saiyans?
No,
Saiyans
I really
deserved
don't.
that win.
Okay, so I guess this is going to be a bit of a big controversy here. We've got
Little.
Swords defeating the Saiyans. Starting out, we had Tapion versus Scouter Vegeta, and Tapion took 3 bars of damage and dealt 3 back to Vegeta, Vegeta
It
went
didn't
ape.
feel like it though when watching it.
No, it was super even, and it felt super slow. That first part of the match lasted longer than pretty much every other part of the match.
That's very
Right,
true.
but which is kind of sad because that's not the performance we are used to seeing from Scouter Vegeta. I mean,
No,
not
Vegeta
any
is normally
turn.
Vegeta's either
He's usually super aggressive, in your face, spam.
B2,
I mean,
B2, B2.
he's been playing
Yeah.
great so far this season. This was the first time we've seen somebody go absolutely like straight up toe to toe with him without.
well, no, honestly, Pilaf
Yeah.
went toe to toe with
Yeah,
him
that's
again
true.
last week, which again is not something we like to see from Scouter Vegeta. I mean, he is the Saiyan's rock,
Yeah, he's the
and
main.
and now
And
it's not
that
really
rocket
seeming
shattered.
like
The rock got shattered.
Yeah.
that. Rock
Okay.
smash.
So
I was
Tapion-
surprised he went
It's
8.
super effective.
Yeah, I was
I
actually
was-
very surprised that he went ape early on.
No,
Well,
that's,
He is
that's the
he
one
is
thing
one of
that's
the,
super consistent about him is that he will transform.
Yes.
pretty. Yeah, I mean,
I don't remember saying it that much. That's probably just because I used to not watch the Saiyans fight that often.
I'm with,
I'm like, oh,
I'm
it's
with
the
Drac.
Saiyans. I'm gonna go over here.
Okay.
But now I'm like, Saiyans, you can do it. So
I'm not
360
with
for me.
Drac on that one.
Fair enough. Then we have Vegeta tapped. He tagged out.
Vegeta tapped.
Tagged.
He tapped?
Tagged.
Did he
tap
He
that
tapped
out?
out. He went.
Did he tap Tapion?
He tapped Tapion. He tapped him right on the forehead.
Yeah.
We were
Oh,
thinking of a
could
different.
have had a
area.
V8.
Yeah, I was thinking like something that I mentioned in chat in the skip
Okay,
call.
Well, we're not gonna talk about that. So,
Nappa.
moving on to Nappa. Nappa comes in, finishes off Tapion.
With a volcano explosion of all things.
Yes, true. Then Trunks comes in, and that was a very, very pretty. It was a pretty even fight.
Which is surprising because one would think I don't know. I think Trunks
Nap-
was a really bad matchup for Nappa, just in
Yes.
general.
Nappa's been playing great so far this season. So
I
I'm
just
still-
I just want to see more Blazing Storms from him because
Seri-
in the preseason that was his thing. He'd Blazing Storm 3 or 4 times, and it would seem amazing to me.
To
No,
be
that's
honest,
you're thinking of the off season. I mean, he had a
Yeah,
great
the
week in preseason one against the Boos, but that was all volcano explosions. I mean, we've seen him in off season take out fully maxed health characters with like 5 blazing storms and 2 ultimates like back to back.
yeah.
I mean, he was spammier than Tapion, which was ridiculous. Well,
And he
not
was using his
against
better
Tapion, but,
B2.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
his-
Spam with
exactly.
his better B2.
and I mean, I think as we've seen so far this season, almost every time Nappa's gone max power, he's used an ultimate.
Yes.
I think, with
I'll
the
agree with that.
exception of, I
Remember-
think, week 2.
I think in week 2 he used. Was it? I think he used a Blazing Storm. Yeah.
But he's still. Against. No. Against Dragon Ball Warriors, he jumped in with Savior, and he almost immediately did a Kappa in General Tao's face,
Yeah.
which
Just spamming.
basically won them that match.
Yes. Yes, it did.
I'm going to be honest. I don't really see too much potential in Nappa as a player. To be honest,
I think he's one of the greater characters right now.
I just
He-
personally think his
he's-
B2s are very situational and they have to be timed almost perfectly to be able to actually connect.
For me, that's just
Well-
the volcanic storm, the volcanic eruption. I hate
But that's
That
the
B2.
majority of the B2s it uses.
It does
But-
really good damage.
The great
But-
thing is you can't easily dodge or block them. That's the thing. I mean, if you dodge one, you still get hit. I mean, we saw that this week with After Image Strike. He still got hit for
For
what,
Blazing
9,000
Storm.
damage?
Yeah, he got hit with Blazing Storm. You see that?
Yeah.
That was
I
amazing.
mean, it's like he After Imaged
that B2.
directly into it, which was great.
And
I'm not saying he isn't a great character at all. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I think his B2s, if he concentrated more on a different B2, then
Oh, yeah.
I don't
That's-
even know their names, to be honest. I do know the
volcanic
B2s.
eruption and Blazing Storm.
Those are
Which
the-
one's
those are
the one that
The good one's
like-
Blazing Storm. In my
yeah,
opinion.
okay,
That's
yeah,
the-
that one.
The
Blazing
other one
Storm's
does
better.
good damage.
seen-
Both
It
of them
has a
are
white-
good, but Blazing
but-
Storm is the better of the two.
The one that connects. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, we've seen Blazing Storm do about, I think, 12,000 damage
Yes.
with max power and, I think, Saiyan Soul.
Yes, it did.
It's like, holy cow. I mean, the potential is there. He just needs to use it. And people will start seeing how scary Nappa can be.
And he kind of showed
Wait.
some of what he could do because he went toe to toe with Trunks this week.
Yeah.
So, but and then
The-
Trunks
the
did it.
question is, can he go toe to toe with Kid Buu?
If Ginyu can,
I
I'm sure
really
Nappa
don't want to
can.
find out.
Well, we're gonna find out this week. So, after that, Trunks finished off Vegeta, who came in after Nappa went down. So I think he just had 2 really good charge melee hits and took him down.
Trunks did well.
Yeah.
Yes,
Things
and
he
then
did well.
And that ultimate, too. I mean, Nappa took an ultimate and still brought it back.
yes, he did. And then Trunks tagged, and Tao came in, and Raditz came in after Vegeta went down.
Do we
Uh,
need to talk about how good Tao did, really?
I think
I mean,
we'll touch on it, but we're not going to go into
I mean,
depth
he's Tao.
because Tao does good pretty much all the time.
I'd
Yeah,
rather talk about
he's
how
Tao.
Raditz was even for him for quite a bit.
Yeah, Raditz played very well for the first, I'd say, 2 bars, and then Tao just annihilated him after that.
Tao got a really
It
good
was
B2 to melee
basically just
combo.
one long combo from Tao that Raditz either wouldn't or couldn't dodge.
Yes.
Exactly.
And then
But-
after,
but-
yeah,
But
but
guys, Raditz is Raditz.
guys, Raditz did okay. That's it.
Yes. I'll go with
Exactly.
that.
But
He did well in
considering
the beginning and then fell off, and Tao got a really good combo and defeated him.
Yep.
well,
So
considering he is the new character, the untested character, the character that will probably
you
be
guys
the problem
tested him.
child.
he's been
that
doing
was-
fairly well for being the problem child of this team so far.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
So, but, and then after Raditz went down to Tao, Tao took out Nappa without much of a problem. And then Bardock comes in, fires a pretty much immediate
Spirit
ultimate.
cannon.
which he's known for.
Yes, he is known
Well,
for
I,
that.
I
Oddly
love
enough-
Bardock's how often Bardock uses his ultimate. That's one thing Bardock gets right. He knows when to throw out his ultimates.
Most of the time. There was that one time where he threw it like halfway across the map.
Yep. he
Well,
did do
yeah.
that.
I mean,
Yeah, well,
here's
the
thing.
majority of the time, because I remember at least a couple seasons ago, he used to connect with them all the time, and he was devastating, and then he'd follow up with grabs.
Yep.
just
and
keep
then
the enemy
grabs into
stunned.
ultimates. Yeah.
Yeah.
But being one of the Saiyans, I have noticed something which is really odd to me. The fact that last season, Bardock was like that in the beginning of the season, and then he kind of just evolved, I suppose is the only word for it, and he kind of stopped doing that, and he became more of a well-rounded character, and that changed how we had to build him in order to keep him solvent, because if he came in and missed with an ultimate, he basically did almost nothing else for the rest of that match. But now he seems to be back to his good old ultimate spamming self.
Yes, and this was a very, very close match after that because he took down Tao, took out Trunks almost instantly in a combo.
If
Like-
he didn't take that ultimate from
Yeah, if
NBA.
Janemba didn't come in and hit him with that ultimate, it was anybody's game. So
Yeah.
and he even had a chance to win it. Like Squee said in the commentary, after Bardock was up to full, and if he would have dodged that last combo by Janemba and hit him with an ultimate, it could have finished him off.
or hit him with anything. But yeah, I mean, I
Hit him with
would
a rock.
put my money
Hit him
on
with a rock.
He just hits him with Vegeta.
Shattered,
Slaps.
the shattered remains of Vegeta.
Yeah, he just picks him up, throws him at him. Ugh.
I mean, person for person, I would say Bardock's probably stronger than Janemba. I would.
I would too. Yes, I
Me
would.
too.
I would
and,
disagree.
and I will admit,
You disagree with
You
us all the
would.
time, Vapor. That's all
Well-
you do.
I
Someone
actually,
has to.
I kind of agree and disagree with Viper. I mean, Janemba has more dodging potential.
Well, not only that, but Janemba has more damage potential. Like, I think B2
Yes.
person for
His
B2
B2
person,
wise, yes, he has far better B2s.
Bardock is more melee ultimate. Janemba is more B2 melee, and I think B2
well,
melee
if the
beats.
AI does that, I mean, we've seen a lot of last season and a lot of the off
But then
season
again,
where
how
he would
many
just do
of
90%
Janemba's
melee and then
B2s
throw a
have
really bad
connected?
V2.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying that like
Oh yeah,
you show me pound.
Stat-wise.
You show me pound for pound Janemba versus Bardock. My money's on Janemba winning like 80% of the fights because Bardock needs to get to that ultimate. Janemba just needs to get to a B2.
But then
Janemba
again,
is
if
more
it
likely to
depends
throw
on
out
the
a
build
B2.
as well.
Well, of course.
I will slightly disagree with that, but that's maybe because of bias. I mean, stats wise, yes, Janemba should be better, but performance wise, I just think Bardock's the more solid character and has been showing that.
I say he
consistently.
used to be the more solid character when he used
Yeah.
to spam his ultimates and do a lot of grabs. But now, I would say he's quite hard to predict how he's going to play out.
Because he can play pretty much any way he wants to.
Exactly. He
So-
can sometimes be very melee oriented. He can maybe occasionally throw out one ultimate and miss or hit, and
If he
then
throws it
not
close
follow
enough, he's
up.
probably going to hit.
Oh yeah, but you can say that for any
For
ultimate.
anybody.
Yeah, any character.
You know.
Apart from Ginyu.
Well done.
Well, no.
guys.
If Ginyu does a body change to your face, he's changing bodies. There's no stopping it.
You
It was-
say
It may
not
that,
be-
and then
Well,
there's
also-
videos
also-
of people just dodging, and I hate that.
Also, apparently, dodging supernovas right in the face is a thing.
That's a thing.
Yes,
yeah.
it is.
No, it's
apparently.
not. No, it's not. We don't need to talk about that.
That never happened.
Frazier will get to that. Your match is a couple away. So, actually, it's only one after this. But before we go, we've got the builds for Super Janemba. The build for Super Janemba this week was Super Up 2, Power Down 1, Launch Support, Savior Fighting Spirit, Indignation, Unleash Kai, and TNAI.
And
Very
it
basic
wasn't
order.
power body. Thank flipping goodness.
Yeah, if it was
I'm
power...
glad he's a brick breaker, and I think it's kind of illegal to have power body on brick breakers because then if they go against
Yeah.
another guy with power body, they can literally always win
Well,
because they just
Oh,
punch through
okay.
power body.
which well,
okay, power
yeah,
body
not
is a
always, but-
very niche
But
Yeah,
Patara.
considering the fact that Aurelie and Kid Buu were banned for the exact same reason, the only difference is Janemba isn't as solid of a character.
True.
Like with
Fair.
my experience in coaching with the minor league, whenever DMZ or anyone else, was like, you should put power body on a pool, I felt very mixed reasons behind doing that.
It only
Because
works on certain
on one hand, it does improve the durability of a character and the possibility of throwing out a B2, but it also could ruin his build, which would then make his AI perform completely different as
Oh
to
yeah,
what it
it's
has
the same thing with most 4-point Pataras. You take a
So
risk. I mean, it
it's
doesn't
very
build.
risky.
Yeah,
Like personally, I prefer light body over power body.
And depends. Depends.
depends on the
that-
character.
If they're melee oriented.
Yeah.
Depends on the character.
Along with that, nobody on the blades were running power body this week.
That's good.
So, no.
Really, not even Yajirobe?
Yajirobe wasn't in
Yajirobe-
this week.
Yeah, Yajirobe got rotated.
No, he totally was. He was the guy with the Mohican.
Sure.
With earrings and despair.
So I would like whatever Fraser Tasia's smoking, please.
He's not smoking, he's
Um,
drunk.
And
Oh,
then
I'm-
He should
I'm
probably
not-
go home.
I'm not even drunk. I think it's my blood.
Take me drunk, I'm
Scottish.
home.
whatever.
It's
And then
like that note I found in Silent Hill. There's a hole. Go home. You're drunk.
to go
Anywho,
to go along
Yeah,
with that,
back on subject.
nobody on Saiyans was playing power body this week either.
Saiyans haven't played Power Body yet,
Yep.
except for Raditz in the preseason, I think.
Yes, and
Yeah.
then Bardock's build was.
I don't think Nappa needs power body to technically have a power body.
He gets yeah.
I think he's
Yeah.
bodybuilder enough.
Nappa just gets a free Power Body just to make him better. That's now a thing, right? Yes.
It's because yeah.
So
No, honestly, there are characters who get a pseudo Power Body in Max Power mode, and Nappa is one of those characters.
Mm-hmm.
true. So
And so is Yajirobe for that matter, but he wasn't in this week.
Yeah, exactly. But wait, what? He wasn't? I thought he was the blue.
We went over this, Fraser.
Fraser,
Oh.
shut up.
What was Bardock's build?
Bardock's build was Kai Power Up 1,
That was Bardock? I thought that was Turles.
Power of Okay, Fraser, go home. You're drunk, and if you are home, go somewhere else.
I'll go to the bar.
Gosh dang. Yeah, Power of Rage, Serious, Indignation, Fighting Spirit, Savior, and then TNAI.
So typical B2 build.
Yep.
Yes.
So-
With a little extra if he gets into a clash. So
Yes. So
Right.
we're ready to move on to the Gohans.
Yes.
go
So,
Boo.
Like the go hands.
Boo.
Come on, Troy. You can hold it in for this one fight, and then we're off. So, okay, so at this point, I did not have time to finish writing the week 3 match notes down. So I've just got the builds. So we're going off of memory now. So Ultimate Gohan was up first against who? Maju.
Majub, I think.
And completely shut him down.
It was Majub, yes.
Ultimate Gohan was amazing.
Ultimate Gohan played probably the best he's
I
played
love
all season.
all the dodges the Gohans played off. I mean, the first dodge
It
with
wasn't just Ultimate Gohan, it
Gohan-
was the entire team.
The entire
Hey,
team played-
that's what I said. I said with all the dodges the Gohans did. The
Yes,
first
that's what
one
you
of
said. I
which
interrupted you.
okay then. The first one of which being Ultimate Gohan dodging all of the barrage blasts from Majub. That
Most
was
of the barrage blasts.
almost all.
That one
pretty
yeah.
much all of them.
He didn't even move, I don't think, and he just
No, he
got
just
stuck.
stood there. He just stood there.
Missed. Majub just was scared. He was like,
Majub got punched in the. Majub got a concussion from getting punched in the face too many times.
He's like, I got him. It was good.
I'll
Best
get him this
B2.
time, guys.
It's like it was. No, you know what it was? It was the cold. He was just wearing an overcoat, dude.
He just got
But
brain
then-
freeze.
But also the fact that Ultimate
Winter
Gohan
Dawn,
did
I
have
gotcha.
Mirage specifically to counter Majub, which I don't think played into the match.
It
It
didn't really.
He dodged one of the B2s with it.
He dodged once with it.
Yeah, he
Which
dodged one of
really-
the B2s with it, and that was it.
Even though it was impressive, even
No.
though it was impressive. He had Mirage. He should have dodged a lot more.
Well, considering how much the entire team dodged, it
Yes.
wasn't bad. But he was still power body, melee, and serious, and he definitely did his melee job. He got the
Oh.
melee in there amazingly, and
Oh.
which is interesting because Ultimate Gohan also breaks power body, 100%.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course.
So he's another one like Aurelie and Janemba, but
He punches people
hasn't
too hard in
had-
the face.
What about Saiyaman? He punches people in the crotch.
Okay, well,
Should count.
Come on,
Saiyaman-
Yeah,
that should count.
Saiyaman OP, man. Saiyaman, jeez.
Incorrect answer because Saiyaman, what, did he go negative this week in fantasy?
Probably.
I don't
Well, no,
even
no.
care about the
Saiyaman wasn't
fantasy.
in, was he? I thought
No, he wasn't in this
No,
week.
no, he wasn't in. Yeah, that's right. I think he's still negative overall. though.
Saiyaman's so OP, he went negative.
What is
this
the fantasy league anyway? I'm still fuzzy with
We'll
the
talk
whole.
about that later.
We'll
Yeah,
get into
that's-
fantasy after we're done captioning the capping the matches.
Okay, so after that, after destroying Majub, he had one bar left, and Babidi came in,
True.
and then he destroys Babidi.
so,
Because he's a raven.
Yeah, that was fun.
so
Babidi must have dubbed really hard or something. I don't know what happened.
yeah.
Babidi's like, okay, I've
What was
got
Babidi's,
three
build?
ultimate one was just that I've got this.
So that's what happened. Then we've got the next build, which is I'm just gonna close that. I don't even need it anymore.
Babidi on, I don't know.
We have
It wasn't default AI, I don't think.
somebody dropped.
Oh, was it me? Was it Viper?
No,
it was
I'm here.
nobody.
No,
Everybody's here.
it's Dimension.
No. Keep going. He'll be back.
We're just having a call problem with him, so he'll be back in a minute.
You just keep going.
I am going. Shush. So we've got Bobity's build was defense up one, indignation, power of rage, and Dende's healing ability, and it was default AI.
Oh, okay. Well, taking that into consideration, Babidi did absolutely horrible in my opinion.
Yep.
I've seen him do a lot better with melee and then
Just one of
meleeing
those
into
days.
his B2s, so he must have had a very off day.
He did.
That,
He did.
so-
He derped hard.
Yeah,
this
he
week.
must have derped
Yes.
extremely hard,
It's
like
just
an
one
old
of those
raisin.
weeks.
So,
Like an old insectoid raisin man.
We're gonna try and quickly wrap up the Gohans because I didn't pay much attention to that match. In all
No,
honesty.
we have to mention the snowman.
You can mention the snowman right now. Go.
Okay,
The
so,
snowman.
I'll wrap it up real fast. After that, Kid Gohan, Ultimate Gohan tag to Kid Gohan,
Yep.
and then Babidi will tag, and that'll let I think Spopovich come in, and it was pretty even
Yes.
fight between
Yes.
Kid Gohan and Spopovich, especially when Kid Gohan did after image strike at like 20 times
Yep.
on
Yeah.
Spopovich's Berserk Crash. I loved that.
Yeah,
That
I
was a
love
great
that.
scene.
It was like, I'm gonna usually no.
Yes,
That
sir.
was actually the only part of the match I missed. I think I was reading the chat. It's like, oh, and then they freaked out. I'm like, what happened? I missed it.
No, you didn't miss anything. We were talking about snowmen.
Well,
Uh,
we were
I do
talking
not
about
wanna build one.
Spopovich.
Let me make that clear.
Okay, we're not building snowmen. This is a podcast. And actually, there is snow outside my house right now. So.
Well, I'm in Scotland, so.
Okay, well, you're special, so shush.
Hey!
You're also drunk, so
Yeah, that too.
Hey!
For all we
it's
know,
not
Mon-
snowing!
Hey, we don't know if it's snowing or not. We can't rely
It's
on your
not snowing in
opinions.
Scotland, believe it or not. It's just raining and it's foggy, so.
Well, then you don't want to be in Oklahoma. So
I can make a rain man. Yeah, I have to be a
we'll not
snowman.
go into
So
that.
Kid Gohan lost by like a bar and a half, which wasn't super great, but it was against Spopovich, so
True.
we couldn't expect that much.
Spopovich with power body, might we add?
I think
Spopovich, didn't
yeah,
he
that's
do an
fair.
ultimate?
yes, Spopovich did have Spopovich's build was attack up to fighting spirit, savior, power body, and he was on TNAI.
Now,
And,
I
And
think
what was
that
Kid
might
Gohan's?
have
shutting
been
down.
one of the first times I've ever seen him use his ultimate well. I
He
enjoyed
didn't
that
use his
part.
ultimate.
What are you talking about?
He didn't
did.
use drain power.
No, he didn't.
Did he not?
No, he did not use an ultimate. Bobbity didn't throw one out.
No, not
Nor
that.
did-
That's
Nor did
Spopovich.
Spopovich.
Was that? Oh, that is one of his. My bad. No, he did not.
So the answer's still the same.
No, he still did not use.
My bad.
his
Sorry. My bad.
And
My
Kid
memory.
Gohan was
Wah,
on one of
wah.
his
Well, we are going off memory here, so.
Yeah. Okay. See, this is why you know what? Never mind.
What was
so,
Kid Gohan's build?
Kid Gohan was at a defense up 2, launches support, Kibito's secret art, savior, and Vegeta AI.
So very
So-
B1 build
Yes.
with some, I guess some B2, but mostly defensive
He had
B1.
he had a defensive B2, minor B2 boost. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
Key +1, and then Kibito Secret Art and Savior, which is, I don't know what we classify that. I guess it's kind of like an all-around build.
it boosts it. It was kind of a defensive. It's kind of a
Spam?
standoff build. Yeah. They're
Yeah.
just
It's kind of like a well-rounded.
They're just kind
Which-
of they threw a kid in there like, do what you want. We don't know what you want to do yet.
I mean, he didn't do bad against
no, he
Spopovich
did
by
not.
any means, but Spopovich was just shrugging off all of his attacks, and it didn't seem like Kid Gohan did that much, but he did, actually.
Yeah, he
did pretty good.
It was a pretty
Well-
even match until, it
Mostly,
just,
yeah.
All the
Spopovich
dodging in the
did get the
snowman
advantage.
dirt was
Playing
to me
hide
the
and
highlight
seek,
of that
yep,
whole match.
yep.
It's coming. The snowman's coming, man.
So
No, well,
What about the
Kid
Rain
Gohan.
Man?
Well, Kid Gohan probably they probably got him to do what they wanted him to. I mean, I know Havoc's been wanting him to work with Kabitos a lot better, and
Yeah.
having that after image go crazy, that's got to make him smile.
Also, I
And
think
he
we
had
should
Savior.
introduce Giam, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
Sorry, I'm late.
Hello,
No problem,
Gian.
absolutely no problem. So just to recap before we move on, because that was whatever. I'm just gonna go over the standings right now before I forget to. So
We have standings.
we have
What are we,
the-
professional?
Yeah, we are not
What's a
professional.
professional? Is that food?
We do not have professionalism, but I do have standings.
Good.
So they
Too many big words.
yes. So
Standing.
one of those big
It's
words.
okay, you're cold.
One of those.
No professionalism. Hey,
Hey, boy, we're not getting into this argument yet.
I'm cold and homeless. Okay,
Hey,
it's not my
hey.
fault.
Frazier, hold it in. Your team is next.
Is it?
So now another big word: division.
Divisional
In the
match.
North Kai division, we had the Majins lose to the Gohans. We just covered that. Even though we haven't covered it yet, Muscle lost to who? The androids?
Namex.
Namix. Yep.
I didn't see that match, so
Super-
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Super Saiyans defeated Cold. They are 3-0, leading the North Kai division. And then
I only defeated them because I wasn't active.
Blades.
Just for the record,
okay.
it's not their fault.
And then
Cold could have beat them, but they didn't want to hurt their feelings.
Frazier,
too bad.
hold it in. Hold it in.
Hold-
We're almost there.
Blades.
Just breathe.
Versus-
Frazier, breathe.
My head is currently the size of a baseball.
Okay.
That explains a lot.
Who's next, Kale?
We have
You're
Earth-
telling me towards the end, I'm like trying to just hold in everything.
we need somebody mail him a plastic bag or a paper bag or something.
Instant transmission.
I need horse tranquilizers. What are you talking about?
Alright, sorry.
Earth Defenders versus.
Now Earth's defenders are still in last place in North Kai. They are 1-2.
Oh,
Hey, don't worry, we're working our way up slowly.
You'll get there. You're bad. at it.
In
you said
East-
I was worrying.
Whatever. East Kai division, we have the Rugrats losing to the androids.
To be fair, that's only because they have Krillin. Let's face it.
We've moved on.
We've moved on there, Frazier.
I know we've
moved on.
moved on. It's
Androids.
Android.
The
the
androids.
androids have Krillin.
The androids improved to 3-0 with that division win. The Valks, we've already talked about that. They lose to the Dragon Ball Warriors, which
Who
is
got their first win?
who got their first win and are now tied for the third spot.
Yeah.
Or
And-
tied for last, depending
Or
on how you
tied
look at
for
it.
last in technicalities. In West Kai, we have the Saiyans going to 1-2. We have Ginyu going to 0-3.
Yes.
We have
That's
We have the
improvement.
the Boos going to 1-2, and we have the Blades going to 1-2.
I
So
regret
that was
that.
our last loss. That was our
I
last
just like-
loss.
I
After
just
this,
love how Viper's just
After
like,
this,
I
the
regret,
Ginyu's perfect.
I regret.
Drake,
perfect record.
Jack, we're hearing this from you right now, confirming that the Ginyus are going to go perfect from now on.
100% Goldo sweet pipe. I'm telling you.
Okay. So next time
I'm sorry. I had to spit out my drink for that one.
It's
clean off
shocking.
my laptop.
So-
There you go.
what we're saying is,
I
that
would spill my drink, but that
after-
would mean emptying my blood.
if they don't win this week, against who are they playing? Let me check.
Namekians we should beat this week.
Ooh, we have Ginyu at Namek, and if next time we record a podcast, you might be receiving some flack if you don't step it up.
We're winning.
Okay.
I promise. If we're winning eventually. It might be next week.
Well, they've started
Oh, now
using
you're
actual
backpedaling.
planned builds, so that's a thing.
Then we have the final division in South Kai. We have Cold going to 2-1. Fraser, hold it. Fraser, hold it. Hold it. We have Namek going to 2-1. So now they are tied for the first spot. We have Derp dropping to 1-2, and we have the Gohans going to 1-2. So we have a tie for the third and fourth, and the first and second. And
Yay.
that is the standings. So I guess now we will move
Finish
on.
talking about Gohans.
Oh yeah, final
The
final thoughts on Deborah trying to be friends.
That was a beautiful moment. It
Why
showed the
can't
sportsmanship
we
of
be
the
friends?
league. That's the
Why can't we
Those are the
be
type of moments
friends?
I joined the league for. Okay, that showed the quality of sportsmanship in our league. You know, in our
Now-
whole.
Now, if only they would have grabbed hands and flown off into the sunset, it would have been better. But
Kumbaya.
Well, he
my
tried.
lord.
You know.
Kumbaya.
I mean, and we mustn't forget Super Saiyan 1 Teen Gohan. I mean, he has been lackluster, but he
Yes.
definitely did his part this match.
He did. Yes, this match was.
And that's good for
The
a teenager.
Gohans, 100%.
If the
Excellent.
If he's to live up to the, I don't know what to call it, like the disgrace of being moved down from Super Saiyan 2 to the regular Super Saiyan, this is how he needs to be playing every week.
Yes.
Well, no, he still needs to be playing better than
Okay,
that. Super
okay.
Saiyan 2.
If he wants to take some of the flack, I'm not saying he's going to be able to live down
Right.
switching.
I mean,
But if he plays like this every week and becomes a very solid player, then I think he'll be fine.
Right. I mean, from what I heard, and this is all kind of sort of secondhand info, but the
Yes.
part of the reason why they went down to Super Saiyan 1 is because he was seemingly a lot more aggressive in melee,
That is
as well
true.
as
I've
still
heard that
liking
as
his
well.
V2s. But we haven't exactly seen that yet.
No, we haven't. I heard also from secondhand information. It is they wanted to be more aggressive and less. Oh, we're gonna fire energies or just supers left.
Yeah,
and
but
right.
then if
V2s.
you think about it, I mean, now
what-
they have what, 4 out of 5 melee characters as
Yes.
opposed to 3 melee characters,
And
1
two-
all around
It's less
awesome character, and
balanced.
1 V2 nuke.
They needed Teen Gohan needs to be Super Saiyan 2 to balance that. So that was it was a misplay on Gohan's part, but it's kind of over now. It's already happened.
It's just something you've got to deal with.
So
And if they can make a good team,
out of this, yes,
out
if
of
they
this,
find a good build,
and
for
then they
Super Saiyan Gohan,
and then they get Super Saiyan 2 next season,
yes, then it'll be even better.
they're going to be scary.
Yes, they will. So, is that the point that we want to move on to the match that Fraser's been waiting for?
Let's move on.
Okay, so
Let's move on to Rugrats and Androids.
Yep,
Yes.
we're just gonna hold.
Move
We're
on.
just gonna hold. We're just gonna hold Fraser until the very end.
I'm just gonna be dead by the end. I'm just
So-
lying in my chair like.
Fourth match of the week, we have the Super Saiyans at Cold, and Super Saiyans. It was a very good match. I'll give them that, but Super Saiyans pulled it out.
Now,
Yes.
Super Saiyans are still as amazingly strong as they were last season. I mean, even with a nerf. I mean, yes, it's a nerf, but they don't really treat it like a nerf because,
It's just kind of it's a bit of a handicap. Not really.
well, because Goku seems to be performing a lot better, and
Yes.
Trunk seems to be performing a lot better. The only hit is the Vegetas, and they're still pretty damn
Vegetas.
strong.
They're
They're
Vegetas.
still Vegetas.
Yeah, enough said right there. Jeez.
The
Well,
Vegetables?
it's like what they said in the Zcast, and what they say in the commentary is that it's not so much a nerf in that they are clearly weaker. It's a nerf in that stats wise they are weaker. They have less melee, they have less defense, they have less everything overall stat wise because
And
that's
the
just how the
matches
game
have-
works.
Actually, I think
Matches
their
have still
defense
been
is.
amazingly close. I mean, even last season when everyone's like, "Oh my God, nerf them," they most of their matches were still down to the wire close matches,
Very
just
true.
like they are now.
Yes. So
I don't think you're remembering their season the way I did because I remembered a lot of stompings.
I
Yeah.
remember Super Saiyans versus Ginyu Force, and I remembered crying that match. So
Drac,
For
hey
that-
Drac, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You're going 100% from now on. It's okay.
100%,
100%, yeah.
150%.
Revenge
150%?
next season.
You're gonna
And
get.
I'm just saying, since
We were
when
last
if
place,
you don't
we're
go
gonna be-
100%, we're closing down spaces.
6th place.
Oh,
We were last place.
oh, he just threw
Yeah.
the
He's not the
ultimatum out.
captain. He can't decide.
He just threw
Well,
out
we
the
own your
ultimatum.
captain.
Damn it.
Throwing out the
Wah, wah,
ultimatum. If the
wah.
Ginyu Force does not go 100%, they will close
Close down
spaces.
spaces.
Yeah, we'll be 5th or 6th this
We-
season. 5th
We
or
will
6th
have
place.
every other team boycott spaces.
No.
Exactly. And,
Except for
and
Turles,
we'll
because he
call
needs
the
those
health
troops
inspector.
somewhere.
Yeah,
needs to get
I'm
his
sorry.
tr-
We can't get Turles to close spaces.
Yeah.
We'll
He
get
needs fruit.
Turles the health
It's only supply of
inspector.
food.
Is,
Yeah,
is it
Turles
true
will
that
work
Turles
hand
is
in hand
a
with
food
Turles.
critic and health inspector? I
True.
believe so.
Yeah. Okay.
Turles and
That's
Recruits
why he's
tag
tasting
team
that
of
fruit
awesome.
so often. He's like,
He's testing it.
yeah, exactly.
Making sure it's
mulling
healthy
over
for
the
everyone
fruit.
else.
Okay.
He just hasn't found the right fruit for him yet. You're like, oh, it can't sell this to anyone. Let me try another one.
It's a bit too tart. It's
The day
the
he's-
texture's a little
for
bit
the
off.
match. Okay.
The
Now-
day you see Turles sweep is the day he found the correct fruit.
Okay.
Indeed.
Now here's the thing. I know Turles wasn't in this week, but it's something I'd like to bring up because
Do it.
I'm
I-
happy
again,
to talk
I
about
was a
Turles
Saiyan.
real quick.
Yeah.
Turles has been doing much better with his fruit since last season.
Compared
Yeah.
to
Um,
Listen,
I'm sorry, stacking it 3 times is just amazing.
Yeah,
Wait, how
that's
did we
that's
get on
all
the
stat
Saints?
Because
We just did.
because we were
Because-
talking about
Because
Turles.
we're not going to talk about the cold. That's why.
Okay.
Wait, what?
we're trying to skip the cold.
Dang it, Fraser.
But
Okay.
I think out of all the fruit that he's tried to eat, which I think was a grand total of 5 so far, he's
Yeah.
only been interrupted once,
Yes, he has.
Yeah, and that was by
What were
Maju.
those 5
and that that was by an ultimate, I think, too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that was all his fault, by the way. He started eating it
I'd like
while
to
the
ask
ultimate was
you
on.
a
But
very, very good question right now.
Yes.
Dimension. What fruits has Turles tried?
all of them.
Well, I think we've got raspberries and pomegranates and pomegranates. We've even tried tomatoes because tomatoes are a fruit.
Yeah. Hey, we need to start recommending fruit for Turles. So
Apples.
everybody on Twitter. I don't know.
If you could donate a few, that'd be really helpful. I
I
mean,
feel-
Can you please donate a few bananas for Turles?
Bananas for Turles.
just because we're
Foundation.
apes
Guys,
doesn't
guys,
mean anything.
it's the Bananas for Turles Foundation.
bananas for
Hashtag
bananas for
cheers for
Saiyans.
Turles.
Together
Hashtag
we can
cheers
make a
for Turles.
difference.
If
the-
Turles' B1 when he goes ape changed it from a fruit to a banana, I would be the
This
happiest
is
person.
Turles.
Yeah, we're looking
This
for modders.
is an organization.
We're looking for modders.
Mod support.
This is a non-profit organization hosted and created by Turles. It's called Bananas for Saiyans. As you know, only a few Saiyans survived the Great Cataclysmic Event,
Of
the
the
natural
Banana
disaster
Someone do
this
thousands
sad
of
song.
years ago.
Do it.
Banana, the Banana Famine.
Together, we can make a difference.
Guys,
5 bananas a day can make a Saiyan a happy ape.
We probably should start talking about the cold match.
hold on.
Yeah.
We can hold that off.
Okay. So the only
Kate
thing.
Cold actually did pretty well, in my
did.
opinion. He actually connected
He
with his
was
full
winning.
power.
He stole
edge.
Trunks' sword.
He was
did.
winning
Trunks'
and he
sword.
tagged.
Did steal Trunks' sword?
Yeah, he's a sneaky bastard.
And then he mocked Trunks with it, saying you don't have one.
Point of
Exactly.
emphasis. Well, not really point of emphasis. I just wanted to point this out. Nobody on either team has a power body, so just throwing that.
I thought
And
we
then-
had everybody.
Yeah, no, nobody does.
That's strange. Okay.
And then from there we're going on memory again. So
Trunks versus King Cold. Very
funny.
first fight.
Yes.
King Cold kicked ass again.
Yes.
Pretty even fight. It was actually even almost.
It
Yes.
was pretty much even.
True.
Well,
saying,
yeah, but for Cold, that is kicking ass.
yeah, that's
Yeah, that
very
is
true.
kicking
Very
ass.
true.
Still, I
Yeah.
mean, like it was King Cold.
Hey, it's King Cold. He's meh.
King Cold kicked ass for the type of character he is. I think
forced,
we're on our way to fixing our problem child.
And
Good.
that was what, basically a fascia build, wasn't
It
it?
was almost. Let me see.
I think they were aiming to copy a fascia build. Yes.
King Cold, defense up 2, eternal life, Sirius, and TNAI.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that is Fascia.
Yep. That's
Yeah,
a
they
fa-
pretty
that's
That's
a-
Fascia from
copy-pasted.
that's last season Fascia right there.
Yeah, that what week 8 fascia, something like that.
Yeah,
Some
scary fascia.
it was
I
last
mean, it works
season,
well.
definitely.
I will
It
say
is
though-
a solid combination, especially on a general melee character.
I spelled TN wrong. I
Oh,
put 10.
Tine,
10
Tine.
on 10 AI.
That 10 AI.
Guys,
We had Gohan,
he
he
has-
had Piccolo,
he has
had
10
Ginyu.
different AIs. Do you know what's going on in his head right now? That's why he hasn't been playing amazing.
Frieza, Broly, Cell, Gohan.
He's got all the voices in his head going, you need to do this, no, you need to do that. If he had one specific AI, he would be destroying this entire league single-handedly.
Yeah.
He would be the final member of the gauntlet.
He would be
Just
the
him.
only
Yeah,
member.
just
Now that
him
you
by
mentioned
himself.
that, I bet you they put him in the gauntlet. With full red patara.
So,
But
Trunks
the
had
funny
Super
thing
Saiyan.
was in the minors league last season. I know I keep bringing this up, but we actually did have King Cold in the gauntlet, no red pataras and anything, and he destroyed a lot of the teams.
Well,
It was really
yeah,
surprising.
I remember that. What build was he on again? I'll just write it down.
I don't know. Ask DMZ.
Ask DMZ's not here.
I have his Skype, I guess I can message
Okay, ask
him.
DMZ in a few weeks when he comes back.
So, forced Trunks to transform to big, muscly,
Ridiculous.
pikey head. What the hell, Trunks?
he,
Yo, what
he
the
forced Trunks to become A-Rod.
Then he tagged.
And then he
Yeah.
tagged, yes, correct.
I will say though, Trunks, if you look at their builds and compare the stats, Trunks has a slight advantage because defense Pataras, because King Cold had defense +2.
Yeah.
Defense Pataras want to give you 5%, I believe, per 1-up,
Yep.
Yeah.
while an 1+1 attack gives you 13%.
It does,
So-
because Trunks
so-
was sitting at an attack up 2, Sirius, quick fast attack, eternal life, and Trunks AI.
So he basically had a 16% attack damage bonus compared to King Cold, and then the builds were basically the same after that.
Yep. So, next fight was what? In Goku?
Then Frieza came in. Frieza.
Yeah, it was
I
Frieza.
almost said Fraser. Fraser came in.
Yeah, I
and
came
was
in.
like,
I came in. I came in, did an ultimate and missed.
That's why you weren't active last week. You were training.
Yes, the real Frieza got sick. They had to call me in. I got
So they had
a
to-
costume.
so-
So Fraser
call him
missed his
Fraser.
ultimate.
Yeah,
Fraser, why'd you
used-
miss your ultimate?
I used my ultimate and he just dodged. I mean, I couldn't help it. I
No,
couldn't.
no. See, Fraser was
slipped on
dressed
one of the
in a
bananas.
Frieza costume, and the mask was impeding his vision.
Guys.
It was. They're just like two tiny pinholes.
Oh, was that it? I thought he was gonna say. I thought he was gonna use the exclusive. He slipped on one of the extra bananas from the Turles Foundation.
Oh no, we don't support the Turles Foundation. I just mentioned it.
Then Trunks did very well against Frieza, and then tagged, and in came I think Goku.
He did
Yeah,
do well
Goku
against
came in.
me.
And
I
Goku
just
used his
did
ultimate, and it was like,
worse.
yay, Goku.
I'm just saying right now, at the end of this friggin' podcast, I'm putting the Turles Foundation logo. I'm making that.
Very good.
That's going to be a thing. I'm making it. It's gonna be a thing.
We're looking for modders and artists.
No, I can do the art myself.
We're looking for
know
those
how-
with a kind heart to look at this poor man Turles.
Just look at it.
It only takes a fruit. One fruit.
Just have a little turtles, have
All
a
it
have a
takes
chibi turtles
one
in a
fruit
cell
day to
with,
make
with
a
little
difference
tear.
to these Saiyans. They have gone through a very hard time lately.
Fraser, save it. I'm gonna let you do the commentary for it.
Sweet.
So, what was it, Goku? What was his build?
Oh, Goku's build? Super
Uh,
Saiyan, Super Up 1, Indignation, Savior, Launches, Support, Quick Fast Attack, Light Body, Frieza AI.
Quick
This is the-
charge.
This
So
is
AI?
literally the only person that I put type for instead of AI.
Well, does it help?
No. It just confuses me because right above it there's Trunks AI, and then right below it there's TN AI, and below that it's Trunks AI again. Why is this one Frieza type? What was I thinking?
Because there is only one Frieza.
And that was me.
Yeah, I'm gonna change it to Frazier type.
Perfect.
Fraser type AI.
We're looking for modders.
We're looking for even more modders to have an AI. that
Guys,
is
we need
derps,
like 12
like
modders
all of them.
now on our beck and call. I cannot guarantee we'll survive.
Viper Kang AI, Dimension Satire AI,
We just need it.
All the AIs. We need them now.
Harume AI.
Hey.
So I don't really have anything else to touch on in this match other than the fact that after, I want to say after King Cold, nobody put up like, it was all pretty even.
Yeah, nobody had any standout performances either side. It was kind of like just a slugfest on everybody's part.
Yep. So
I think
Well,
Frieza
he
derped
did
the
throw
most.
out a
Frieza
bit-
did
a
do
lot
the
of-
most, but overall, I think it was a pretty.
No, I mean
even fight
derped
from
the
them.
most. Regular Frieza when he transformed and everything only connected with what, one ultimate and like no B2s.
I don't.
Yeah, he didn't do what he did last week or the week before.
No, and I was so mad. Okay,
I-
but we're not. I'm not gonna get into that because we're gonna have a fantasy section at the end of this.
That was.
Okay.
So,
I'm not part of the fantasy, so I'll be leaving for that part.
Yes,
Well, that's
me
fine.
too.
All right.
we'll have a fantasy
So
section.
I'll
then.
be talking to Drek.
Yay!
Drek
But yeah,
like, help me.
After that, everyone had really
was
even
actually a horror.
performances. There was no one character did amazing,
Yeah.
like it was for the Gohans versus the Majins.
Nope.
Yeah,
Oh.
no one character did amazing, but you know, Gojo.
There's a tiny voice in the background.
Yeah.
He found his
That's
It's
tiny
in my
box.
head.
It's just-
Guys, there's a voice
That
in
was-
my head.
Okay, it wasn't my mother. Yeah, you're right.
Guys,
It was
it-
Krillin.
No, guys, it's the Dimension AI is real.
Dimension got in his box. Oh no, no.
We need to think up what these AIs like concentrate on. Like Vipers, what does it concentrate on? What does Dimensions? I imagine Dimensions focuses on dodging and Z rushing.
Hey, Dimension, you're either too far away from your mic or your mic is echoing. We can barely hear you.
I'm terribly sorry. Is this better?
No.
A little bit.
It's not that much.
Oh, he connected with. It wasn't an ultimate. It was a Nova.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Nothing
That was the B2. That's his other B2, the Nova thingy. I don't remember what it's
Mecha
called.
Frieza did pretty well.
His Berserker crash. I'm calling it Berserker.
No, Dimension, it's not any better. We can still barely hear you.
And it's
He's
Nova
talking.
He's like in 3 rooms away, like, hey guys.
Guys, can you hear me from over here?
You have to excuse Dimension. I think he's donating to the Turles Foundation.
After that was the Rugrats.
Oh, yeah, but we need Dimension. Dimension, where are you? You need
End
to
of
be here.
Dimension.
This is your team.
We need the coach.
Yep,
Dimension!
he died.
Yep.
Well,
Okay.
just like Gotenks, he isn't showing up.
Ooh, shots fired. Ooh. So,
Hey.
I
We
guess
get around to-
terribly sorry.
Caw, caw.
Well, he put in the chat that his mic just cut out.
Well, he's
He, said,
talking right
he
now.
typed
I
that while he
hear
was saying he's sorry, so I don't know
Oh,
where.
I thought he was going. I thought he was trying to signal to us, like he was like caw, caw.
smoke signals.
And I was,
This is Morse code. Beep, 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 beep.
He's talking to us with smoke signals.
over the internet through a
Yeah,
Skype call.
exactly.
He's talking
He's got his webcam on. He's
fucking-
just like smoke signals.
So
We're
Rugrats wanted to match
states and
Dimension.
countries away.
Okay, so I guess
Okay.
until we'll cover the basics until Dimension can either get his mic back on or if he wants to just type in chat because I've got Skype on the recording.
If this isn't here, if you can't hear me
Oh,
now,
no,
I'm just
no,
gonna
no,
type.
Oh wait, we
no,
can hear you.
oh,
We can hear
oh,
you.
there's the
Hey, I
coach.
live. Woo!
So now instead of me
Alright.
typing, we can get back to I don't remember what. Donating to the
What
Turles
reference?
Foundation, guys. Every banana counts.
Every banana counts. Every orange.
If you
Orange
send
is
us
glad
a
it's
fruit
not a banana?
today, you can save Turles' life
Every
for
kiwi
just
fruit.
one more second.
Every
Every
furry
fruit you
kiwi
donate
fruit.
is one more B2 he dodges.
Every banana and two kiwi fruit, they count. They count towards the Turles Foundation.
For every piece of fruit you donate,
Anyway.
I will match it. I will match the fruit.
Oh, that's a generous offer.
This podcast right here is sponsored, is brought to you by the Turles Foundation. Please donate today.
And Team Cold. We needed to fund the.
We need to fund
Broadcast.
we need to. Okay. And that is true. They do have a lot of money. So,
You know what's funny? I'm watching TV and someone just shook a can with money in it.
well, hey, tell them that we need that money now.
Yeah, there's already
We were
people
worried
gathering
about
money
this
for
going
the
on a
Turles
rail for a
Foundation.
bit, and well, congratulations, guys.
Okay, so we have back to partially on topic Rugrats. We have
Yeah.
we have the Cell Junior lead that did kind of crapped out as a lead, but then came back in and played pretty well.
He was against an
Yeah.
android that was power body.
Yes,
yeah.
he played.
I mean, honestly, everything went wrong. We predicted them wrong. The map definitely didn't help, and
map
Power
is-
Body just ugh.
map,
I hate that.
Can I
map.
just say one thing? The Android coach before he got banned because he was apparently Wicked's brother.
Ed, we don't need to do
That
that.
that bad stuff.
Yes.
I can't-
Okay. Well,
oh,
anyway,
wait,
he made
was-
an amazing decision by picking this map
Yes.
because it hurts. It hurts.
Everybody.
literally
so
everybody.
yeah,
but him.
everyone. Yeah, it is amazing for them during the preseason when the Saints had to fight them. We had Napa trying to go on a spam build, and he just couldn't get anything. Nothing.
This map is
Nothing worked.
basically a key down 2 for everyone except for them, and it's horrible.
This thing's a key down 2.
It's water, and water maps
Oh.
really slow you down.
I know. I thought it was like a key down 1 though. Like, wow.
It could be, yeah.
That's
I just know
horrible.
it gets
It's
really,
key
really
down and it helps the
Yeah.
androids. That's what we're getting at.
because they
Yeah,
end up on
okay,
melee,
yeah.
and they get most of their key not from their slow charge, from punching you. So it's
Yeah,
really
it just makes it worse.
oh
Yeah.
Anyways, it was a brilliant idea by them, and it's working
It,
in their
it
favor
definitely
so
helps.
much.
It's helped a lot, like a lot.
And they got about like half their matches. Everyone has about half their matches on their home map. Am I correct?
Yep.
Yeah, it's half
Yes.
and
Yeah.
half. So
So.
now I guess we can touch in on the Go Tanks fiasco
Yeah.
that happened this week.
Yeah. Well,
Why
honestly,
don't you just slap the Go Tanks? Why do you just?
I mean,
slap the monkey.
He did.
slap the
Goten
monkey.
did transform early, which was
That
and he was in
nice.
Super Saiyan 3.
ridiculously early, and he went straight to Super Saiyan 3.
yeah,
which,
blue barred it. He had a very
Slither.
little bit of blue, sliver of blue bar, which was really. I thought he was gonna do a lot more than that, but
I thought the match was over at that point. I thought
Yeah.
Go Tanks was gonna solo the whole team. Like what was it the week before that he tried? Almost did that.
yeah, against Dirk.
yeah, against Derp, yeah,
But
that
I
was
guess-
impressive.
Although the androids are, in my opinion, a much better team than Derp. So
Derp's known
Yeah.
for derping. I'm pretty sure that's where they got their name.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a
honestly-
single.
I hate to
I
ask
don't think
you
there's a single
something.
bad person on the Android. Yes.
I
I will
no.
say,
I want
honestly,
to ask
though-
you one thing before I leave, considering I haven't seen these matches.
Sure.
How exactly does Go Tanks work? I've wondered that for a while. Does it
We're
is it
still
eat
kinda
half of
figuring it
both
out
their
ourselves.
builds?
No,
Or, like, is it?
normally, like if we weren't in a league and we were making it balanced, they would get every Patara on both characters, which
Oh.
is just ridiculous. So that's why the restriction is in that they have to have the exact same build, with the exception of the 2 blue Pataras. So
Okay.
you,
Okay, that's interesting.
yeah. and then coupled
Right.
with the fact that you can lose like 7 bars of health with indignation and fighting spirit and all that fun stuff.
So pretty hard to
Yeah.
build for.
Yeah, he actually because it's the difference between building for a team and building for a character. And
Yes.
you like whatever you use on Gotenks, you can't
But
use
you
on
could-
anybody else.
But you could potentially create Super Plus 3 with him,
Oh yeah,
with the Blue Pataras, which his B2s already do like 8K plus.
just in
base.
general. Yeah, we saw
Yeah, so-
last week like his big like Super Saiyan 1 big tree cannon was doing 9K normally. Well, that was with Super
So-
Plus 1 because of Goten.
True.
But
Yep.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
still very, very powerful B2.
yeah, I mean he would end up having I think like, key plus 3, attack plus
Maybe
4
you guys keep
on last
talking,
bar of health.
and I'll be back. Okay.
All right,
Okay.
see him, man.
Or-
His melee is really good too. I think his
Well,
melee
it
is not bad.
normally is very good. It wasn't this way. Like everything that was amazing about Gotenks just took a gigantic dump.
Well, it's
See-
not
I mean-
that it took a gigantic dump. I think you guys are putting way too much stock on how good Gotenks actually is. I think Gotenks is once again a stat-based character. You look at Gotenks
He's a
and you
gimmick,
see this.
is what he is.
Right, he's a stat-based character because you look at him and you see like the boundless potential that he could have. But we saw
If the AI
him go
doesn't
up-
work,
Well, not only that, but he went up against a solid team. You're talking about the androids. The androids are never going to be a bad team. So you put Gotenks up against the androids, especially when they have Jiro in there, you're asking for problems.
yeah, we honestly expected Jiro out earlier and for him to be relatively dealt with. I mean that's part of it. That was a big part of why we lost, because we were expecting Cell and Power Body 17 last.
But,
So
yeah.
to deal with the threat that was Gotenks, who is a later character. I mean, if in the late game, if you deal with Gotenks, you basically won. So we put Gotenks a little bit earlier because we expected Jiro first, and then 16, and then Cell, and then 17.
Oh yeah, but see, that statement alone makes me realize that you are kind of putting too much stock into this because you say late game Gotenks is almost a guaranteed victory, but you have to
No,
look at
no,
the
I'm
team.
saying if you beat late game, we were expecting them to counter us, so we were countering them but that failed. Basically, they countered us by not countering us, kind of thing.
They did not change how they do it, and it was like, what?
What you're saying is you overpredicted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm
Gotcha.
not sure
And-
if we
and
would have
it's-
won even if we didn't use Gotenks because of the way they were performing and the map and all that fun stuff. I mean,
No, I
if
think
we
you would have.
didn't-
Gotenks took away
Yeah.
one of your characters.
He did.
He cuts off one part of your team and tries to make up for that. And if he doesn't make up for that, then you automatically would have done better if you had two characters, because even if Goten derps, Trunks might pick up the slack. If Trunks derps, Goten might pick up the slack. Once they combine, you are do or die at that point. So I
Yeah.
think you would have done better had you split them in half, because like Gotenks is good for a team that maybe you feel stronger than, but if you're up against a team that you feel that you might go even or be slightly less good, then I think strategically splitting them in half is better than trying to go for the Hail Mary that Gotenks is.
Yes.
We kind of expect the way we saw it. We thought like member for member, androids had the advantage anyway, and we thought, the only way that we could have gone toe to toe with them was with a performance like last week. And if we got that, I think it would have been a completely different match.
Yes, it
but
would've.
we didn't get that, and that's
And
a big
what,
overstatement.
Yep, and it ended up the way it did, with androids coming up top. So, do we want to touch on anything else, or do we want to move on to the next match?
Water maps suck. They stop you from dodging.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So we
There we
have
go.
the fact that Kame House and Android combination is amazing.
Also, the factor that some people
Kami
require
House OP.
key to dodge,
Yeah.
and just can't get that sometimes. And so
I feel like Kame House and Androids is a very, very. I don't know the word for it. I wouldn't say like game
It's
changing.
obvious. It's
Yeah,
obvious
it's not
because we've
game-changing.
seen it. we've seen it before. The Vals have been using this strategy since they were the Vals. There's a
Yeah,
reason
ice
why
map.
they go to the ice map. The
Yeah.
ice map has almost nothing but water, and a Rayleigh and 18 can wreck face.
Yeah. Yep. So
In the off-season, Dimension and I were talking when they just declared this, and we were scared because for this reason,
Yep.
this direct reason. Dimension and I were like, oh, androids on a water map, great.
Yeah, I almost thought about contesting for Kame House for the sole fact of trying to stop them from getting Kame House.
because that's yeah. So we have like let's see, because I wasn't on the forums back in what was that, like June, when all that was going on.
Yeah.
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 So and I recently just went back through and started catching up on all that for the sole purpose of if a conversation like this happened, so I could be informed. And I saw all that and I'm like, oh no, and it happened.
Oh no, I was excited. It was about time that an Android coach realized that they had a jewel waiting right there. It's just Earth Defenders were hogging Kame House, but once they gave it up, I was really happy to see.
Earth
And
Defenders,
I
you
wasn't.
screwed us
yeah,
all.
so-
I
Yeah,
was.
Earth Defenders just basically screwed the entire league.
Yep.
Thanks, Earth Defender.
Hey,
Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. If the finals come down to androids versus anyone, and it's the androids map, good game.
Yeah, but you have to think about it. The Earth Defenders kind of had to leave Kame House because the same
Oh,
reason
yeah.
it's strong for the
Yeah.
androids, it was killing the Earth
It's weak
Defenders.
for
It's why
It's weak
Ginyu
for
Force
everyone
didn't
else.
try to contest for it, because if we got that map, we'd be destroyed. We're
Well,
all
yeah.
about key. We're all about getting B2s off, and if we had that map, we contested for that map, and we won against the androids for that map, it would be horrible for us. We'd have probably a worse season than last season.
Yep. So, judging from that, perfect segue. Ginyu's booze at Ginyu. We've got it
Good
going
match.
on now.
Really
So-
good match.
That was literally that
Captain
was
Ginyu.
Hey, he did 3 bars of damage.
Against
Yeah, no, I was
Ginyu
happy with
of
him.
all
I was
people.
happy.
no. Ginyu pulled that match out of performance out of absolutely nowhere. Nobody expected
No.
him to be able to do that.
No,
I
not
did.
out of nowhere. Not out of nowhere. Ginyu has had this kind of performance before. It's just you need to
This-
get him on that massive melee build.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
For a
And his
while,
AI
our
needs
boss
to
wanted
not
him on
trap
a
outs.
defense build. For a
I'm
while,
pulling-
our boss
yeah.
wanted him all defense, and I argued that the only reason he's smart and does things is because attack +2, is because he's on combo master, because he gets quick fast attack, because when he has this hyper aggressive build on him, he is hyper aggressive.
Actually, he didn't have quick fast attack this week.
He did not. No.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, attack up 2,
Fighting-
Combo
defense
master.
down 1, combo master, Dende's healing, rising fighting spirit, and Sirius.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's kind of like how Squeeze says GT Goku needs a melee build.
Yes.
Ginyu is the kind of character where he's going to die a horrible, miserable death.
If
So you
he's
might
not-
as well make it so that he punches as hard as he can.
Exactly.
If he punches you hard enough in the face, he gets to live.
Exactly. Like Ginyu is Ginyu.
a little bit
I-
longer.
Ginyu, I feel they probably coded his character to be super squishy, like just naturally. Like I have a feeling that his defense probably has some kind of like debuff to it, because if you look at him get hit with things, he doesn't take hits well at
Yeah.
all. And then you combine that with the fact that he loves punching himself in the chest. And
Yeah.
Which is the
Ginyu-
worst problem.
That was last week in a nutshell.
yeah, so
Any
you know,
Yeah.
between
more
any
damage
week,
himself
not
than
being
Hey,
the other
not
team
this
did.
week. Not this week. You didn't do it this week.
Each stab is basically
He didn't
some
get a
enemy getting a melee combo off of him. Each time he stabs himself, it's 2,500 damage.
Yeah.
Because
So-
3 of those in a match, he basically took a bar off himself.
Exactly. So you look at all of that, you look at all he has going up against him, and also should he get off his ultimate, he gets negatives, but his build still
everything.
counts. So you put him on a hyper melee build and all he can do is melee, he's still gonna do pretty decent.
Yeah,
No.
that and his ultimate, it really, it sort of just helps his ultimate because he can't do anything but melee.
Right.
So,
And
uh,
and having him on really high melee and having him use his ultimate means he can actually do damage with it instead of just switch to someone and let the opponent kill him in like 20 seconds with a couple B2s.
Although I think it might be interesting to say that I think whenever Ginyu has body changed successfully, I think when he was on Kid Gohan, when he was in Kid Gohan's body, he did better than all the other times I've seen him on.
I can't remember that match, but I could swear he did better as Kid Gohan than he did as Ginyu.
Agreed.
Well,
And
no,
even
did,
with well,
he
maybe
did
not
bad.
exactly.
He did
but-
bad the whole match. It's just because of the body change, he was able to like consistently do really bad. But the opponent he was facing was derping really hard. I think
I
it
was about to
was.
say.
In the Dragon Ball Warriors versus Ginyu Force last season, he was fighting Kid Goku as Kid
Yeah, and
Gohan,
Kid Goku
and Kid
was
Goku
not.
derped. Like he did not do anything.
No,
And so
Kid
he
Goku was
actually
not performing
did
at
stuff,
all.
and it was like, what's going on? I was shocked. Everyone was shocked.
Okay.
It was
I
stupid.
think
Now,
I think the Ginyu versus Kid Goku match was the longest in DBZ history.
No,
I
no,
believe
it was
so.
not. There was a
It wasn't?
Yajirobe versus Cell match where Cell would keep transforming and Yajirobe would keep using sensu beans. This was
Aw.
really early though. It was either that or against Raccoon with like a crazy Eternal Life build and he had like an extra bar health or something.
Oh, all right. Well, fair enough.
Some crazy match. But this week, Ginyu did perform. He was on his
Now-
super aggressive build, and he was aggressive. He
Now-
did not dodge the best, but he did go in for melee and did do 15 plus combos.
which against Kid Buu is definitely something. But here's the question though. Would we contribute a little bit of Ginyu's success to Kid Buu derping a little bit? Because he didn't seem like the scary monster that we've seen. Like this entire season so far, like including the
This whole
preseason, he
season.
hasn't seemed like that scary
Something
monster.
clicked off. His light clicked off. Maybe mid-season he's going to click back on, and Kid Boo's going to be destructive. But for some reason, last week,
Every season something changes. Like I don't know what it is, but characters just don't act the same. It's happening with Kid Buu now. It's happening with Scouter Vegeta now. They have to do something. They can't just wait and watch it. They have to do something. It's not just gonna work all on its own.
Yeah. So, do we want to touch on anything else or move on?
Well, just that I think that possibly the Boos may have underestimated the Ginyu Force a bit, and I personally don't like the idea of throwing Kid Buu at first because Kid Buu seems more like a I need to come out and do savior kind of thing.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what we
And
expected.
to have Kid Buu start first, I just feel like they may have done that to just be like, okay, Kid Buu's probably gonna dominate Ginyu Force out the gate, and even if he dies, he's probably taken down at least 2 characters, and that just I don't know. I
Yeah.
obviously can't get into their
we on the
threads,
Ginyu
but-
Force expected Kid Buu to have savior. We expected him to come out later, and so we didn't expect him right off the bat. And I was glad for that because I know Kid Buu is super destructive when he has savior. He blows up the planet, and that would suck if the planet got blown up really early.
Yep.
Then grabs would be much harder for Raccoon, which he only got 1 grab this week, which sucked.
Yeah.
For some reason,
Well,
his
he was-
character was just not on the ball.
He was on a power body build, wasn't he?
No, on this week he was on Eternal Life,
Yep. He was
Okay.
defense up 2, master throw, eternal life, and
which was last
Piccolo
season.
AI.
This time we had Piccolo AI instead of Raccoon
I-
because Piccolo AI is smarter or was supposed to be smarter.
Yeah, I saw the test for you guys during the off season. It is much better at melee from what I've seen.
Yeah, but Power Body on Raccoon it's Raccoon
It's
grab,
devastating.
grab.
Yeah, you can't stop it.
Grab. Except if he derps, then he only gets like 1 grab, then he's like, derp.
Yeah.
I'll just take all the B2s in the world. Anyways, back to the match. I think if Jace would have hit with that ultimate that he was just 1 inch off, if he would have hit with that,
Yeah,
we
but
could've
that-
won.
that's the entire Ginyu Force that match in a nutshell. If they
Raccoon
did this
dodged,
one thing,
If Raccoon would stop taking Kamehamehas and beams to the face, then you guys would win.
I know, but that's the problem. Like, it doesn't matter what AI we put on him. He's like, it's a B2, I'll take it. I'm Raccoon.
Raccoon is like, I take this for my country.
I'm a grab that beam.
That would be. They should have added that to the game. Raccoon can grab beams and throw them back.
no, here's the thing, though. I mean,
Dr.
well,
Giro kind of does that already.
next.
Are we moving on?
Besides that,
I would like to say one more thing though. I mean, we all talked about bananas for Turles and whatnot. I think we need to talk about Raccoon's addiction to B2s.
Okay. So, guys, how
What
can
a-
you fix that? What are we gonna donate to fix that? Meds?
a new brain.
Guys,
Armor.
guys, We need scientists. We need money. So
We need
can
Piccolo
fund-
to teach him how to
Build him.
dodge. We
Have
Please
need
the
give
Piccolo.
the Ginyu Force all your money.
Guys, we need. We're
We
now
need-
taking donations
Yeah.
for the Ginyu Force to afford Piccolo as a tutor
to teach him how to dodge.
He has a problem. These B2s just keep coming and coming, and he won't move. He wants to take them. He thinks he can take them, and he can't take them. We need to fix this problem.
We need to
Please
teach him
donate
to
today.
bend like the reed and not stand there like the willow.
Gosh dang it. Okay, we're done here. We're moving on.
I want to say one thing about that was said inside the main stream.
Do it.
Birder power body.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I want to
Please.
point that
Please. I want to see that so bad.
it doesn't work. Birder, anytime last season, this season, we put a defense minus on him, his character would just forget who he is and run from everything.
Okay.
He would never do B2, never charge, and we tested it for a while, and he just doesn't do anything.
Gotcha.
Still,
Okay.
So I have to.
We still want to see it anyway.
It could be
I-
later on.
I
You
just
never know.
still
We
wanna
might
see
be
it.
like, screw it, we lost this season. Birder power body.
And then he brings back no, you're not losing the season, 100%.
100%.
You're not
You'll do
losing
it.
the season.
Yes. Winning.
Yes.
Number 1,
Yes.
number 8 or 9.
Yes.
But not last place. We're like number 7.
No,
That's
you're
so
going to be
great.
number 1.
Number 1.
Ginyu's number 1.
Toku Sentai.
And
Toku Sentai.
that'll be playing in the background of this entire episode.
Sorry.
No, it won't. So
After
Moving
that
on.
is-
we have Muscle at Namek. Boy, oh boy.
Whoa.
I was
My-
shocked by this.
I was very shocked at this, and my friend Will, who is a Namek supporter, was like, yes, yes, yes. Because we were,
No,
he was
no,
over,
no.
he was actually over at my place watching this, and it was the worst just watching his grin grow. I was so, and then because I put 3K on Muscles in the bet, and
Oh man.
so
Now, I think we should touch on the fact that Namek is clearly doing a lot better this season than
Oh,
they
yeah.
were last season.
mhm.
I mean, last season they had a great start, but they fizzled out and seemed to be one of the more lackluster teams without Tambourine being amazing. And now they're doing amazing without Tambourine. And
yeah, Tambourine didn't even have to do anything. Tambourine
well,
was
he was rotated
benched.
out.
He was
but-
benched last week, and he didn't have,
Which-
and they still won.
which goes to show if they can get Tambourine back to his former glory, Nameks are going to be another team to fear, which I think we could do with a few less of those, honestly.
Please,
but
can we please not have to fear a lot of things. There are too many teams that I'm like, please don't make us go up against these, and then we
I
have
mean,
to go. up against them.
basically every team in North Kai, most of the teams in East Kai,
And now the Nameks, and where are they?
Nameks are South Kai, Colds are South Kai. They're becoming scary again.
Guys, I don't.
Oh,
want,
yeah.
I don't want this to happen. I don't. We're gonna have. So
I mean,
many,
you're gonna have like monster teams and then everybody else.
You're gonna have the monster teams, and then you're gonna have the lower tier monster teams, and you're gonna have the lower tier monster teams, and then you're gonna have the other guys.
You're gonna have like Ginyu Force.
No,
Ginyu
the
Force.
Ginyu
sorry.
No,
Force-
no, not
Nice, by
Guinea
himself.
Force is at the top.
Ginyu Force
Ginyu
is
Force is
gonna be at the
100%.
top.
Monster team. Up there.
They're gonna have to
Yes.
rename their team 100% Ginyus. At the end of the season, if it happens, Drac, you need to make it happen.
100% Guineas. Gotcha.
So,
Request an official team name change.
so, I mean, I really don't have anything to touch on in this match. It was a great match all around, but Namek just ended up pulling it out.
Yeah, and it was wasn't it Power Body early Piccolo versus Power Body? Who started for Muscle?
Android.
And 13
Yeah,
started. Oh my gosh, I was so mad. But that's a story for the fantasy part again.
Well, no, because I think I was hearing in either a Skype chat or Shoutbox or
Something or
Twitch
other.
chat that is like, oh hey, you're scared of somebody Power Body. Ha, wait till you see 13, and I saw 13, and I was
13
not impressed.
13 was unimpressive. He was a mess this week. He's been doing
Now,
good. He did
whether
good the
that
first
was-
2 weeks.
Whether that was because he was facing somebody with Power Body without a Power Body counter,
I couldn't tell you.
Sure.
I couldn't
No,
tell you.
it's because we got cute.
You got cute.
Yeah, I
13 became
scouted
chibi.
I scouted the Namex like to the letter. I was surprised that I had scouted them as well as I did. I scouted the Namex to the letter, and so we decided that we were going to be cute and we were going to be like, okay, we know that early Piccolo is going to come out and we know he's going to have power body. So let's just have fun with this and let's throw 13 out there with power body because 13 loves smashing and that's how you beat power body in melee. You can beat
Or
power
spam.
body. You can beat
Well, yeah, right.
power body with two ways. You can beat it with spam or you can beat it with smash attacks. Because
Oh,
And
rush
with,
attacks.
considering
max
13
power.
is kind of sort of liking to spam too sometimes.
No, yeah,
Yep.
that's
It
the
just
thing
makes
is that
sense.
Yep.
13 loves smash attacks. He loves ping ponging people, and he really knows when to use B2s. So we were sitting there and we were like, okay, so give 13 power body also. That way it's an even playing field, and 13 will just smash the crap out of early Piccolo. But unfortunately,
The exact
early
opposite
Piccolo
happened.
was a smasher, and we knew that early Piccolo was going to have a clash boost on him and we decided not to give 13 a clash boost. And the end of the match, he died because he lost 2 high-speed clashes and an energy clash.
Yeah.
Moonbeam clashes.
Now,
So-
I will say that despite that early Piccolo doing really well with Power Body, that is actually kind of a surprise for me because I would expect it on late Piccolo, honestly.
Yep.
No, you wouldn't put that on late Piccolo. Late Piccolo is
B2 spammer.
yeah, he
Wait.
needs those 4 points in order to make sure that he can throw out because that's
But
why
he's been on a melee build since forever.
right because he's a B2 spammer. Like that's one of the reasons why Roshi lost is because he took like 3 light grenades to the face because Piccolo has good natural charge, but you boost that also.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. The thing is, though, early Piccolo had quite a weird build with only having he had power rage, which is situational. It worked really well in his favor, but it's very situational. And power body, the only other point he had wasn't even an Oblupotara, it was an active heart, which, in my opinion, it's not that good. It gives you very minimal key for every hit.
Yeah,
I
it
was
is not
surpri-
something I would generally suggest.
I would have taken a Blupitar over it any day. I'm surprised that his build let him
Well,
use his B2s
I think
well enough.
I think what they were going for was okay, we have power body, so melee is going to bounce off of us. We have power of rage because muscle tends to clash because my team is kind of clashy, and we have active heart because he's going to be throwing in these melee attacks. So even the smallest amount of key gain is going to be good because early Piccolo is an aggressive character.
Yes, but I don't understand why not just put key plus. Key
Because
plus
they-
They
one
didn't want
over.
him to charge. They didn't want him to charge as much. They wanted him to get in melee. And active heart is
Exactly.
active for melee. So
I guess so.
Right, but a lot of the times you give them a passive charge Batara, all they would do is charge, but he
Yeah.
didn't do that this
Right,
time.
because early Piccolo is a consistently aggressive character. So instead of giving him a charge Patara, and he's not going to typically stand there and charge a long time, you give him a Patara where every single punch he lands, he's going to gain energy back, and he did it. He was
Yeah.
Now-
beating the crap out of 13 with smash attacks, which again is what goes through power body. If he had been doing rush attacks, I think the match might have turned out slightly different.
Agreed.
now I'm not a fan of active heart, but I'm just saying I understand their point
Yeah,
of putting
Yeah.
it on him.
I got it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
So
And of course, it's sounds a bit like an excuse, but Garlic and Broly have been on experimental AIs, and they were not performing to what we were expecting. And of course, Namex, they have their AIs. Their AIs are solid.
Namek knows what they are now.
Yeah.
for the
So
most part, at
honestly,
least.
I was expecting the loss.
So
Namex are a really good team. They're a solid team. So you can't really go like cutesy experimental against them and then be disappointed when you lose.
yep.
Alright.
So do we want to move on from this to the final match?
Sure.
Okay.
Seems good.
Your favorite, obviously.
Yep. We have Earth Defenders at Derp. So
And you
How
must
many times
smiling.
did you rewatch this one?
let's
Yeah,
see.
sure. Yeah.
Yamcha. We have a hold on. It was Slaughterfest for the first I don't know how many.
I-
Do you
it's-
think Yamcha went elite? I don't think he did. I think he was just
I
shy.
am actually
I
checking.
think he went 80 or 90.
I think
Yeah.
somebody said. I thought I saw it earlier that he went elite. I'm checking right now.
If he
don't you
did,
have
awesome.
to don't each character has 40k health, right?
Yes.
So he would have to kill
2.5.
yeah,
people.
2.5. I don't think he killed 2.5.
Well,
Because
that's
Doria
also
tag.
counting whatever healing they did.
Yes.
Right.
But I don't like whoever came in second would have needed eternal life, but then Yamcha basically
No.
took it down so fast.
No one had healing on Derp.
Now, I would
Not
like
at
to point
all?
out that
No one.
Hercule had just stopped the Reapers from destroying Earth with Captain Shepard, Commander Shepard. So
You
he
need
he was
to,
tired.
I think you need to be quiet because that's not a thing. That's not canon.
It was in a movie. I
Your
saw it.
face isn't canon.
That is also true. I am not in the game or the TV show for that matter.
So you can't say what's not.
I actually can because I know for a fact that Commander Shepard's dead. So
Hercule took his place.
Hercule can stay on the ground where he belongs.
Hercule was the elusive man, dude.
Oh my gosh! Enough of this. So,
Game over, man. Game
don't-
over.
I don't have much to talk about. Yamcha destroyed. Goku did good.
Yeah,
Krillin.
that wasn't
Krillin came
really a
out, did an
fight.
ultimate, and
Yeah,
that was
Krillin
Yeah.
basically pulled an ultimate,
What?
destroyed a house, killed, and then
It-
the only person that really did anything on the other team was Devilman, and he's been
True.
playing great.
Devilman's
I
amazing.
was surprised
But,
Doria got so countered by Yamcha.
Yeah,
mhm. I think Yamcha had just a brilliant day.
Yeah.
I don't expect this to be consistent. I expect him to be good. He's definitely a good character, but
uh-oh.
his but builds like this don't typically keep on going and going and going and doing the most amazing thing every single week. It seems like a standard build, but if it does keep up, it'll be amazing
Yeah,
for you guys.
this is Yamcha's standard build, I believe, from the past 2 weeks. We changed up. I think we changed up a couple things from last week. I don't remember exactly what, but his build this week was attack up 2, defense down 1, Dende's healing, Sirius, Dragon Power, and then Trunks AI.
By the way, for Krillin, what was his AI before TNAI?
Oh, I want to say week 1 it was Trunks.
Because TNAI, it's the use of its ultimate. It just loves that thing. That is amazing.
Last week it was TN, wasn't it? So that was last week. Was TN.
Yeah, last week and this
So-
week are both TN. I think week 1 he was Trunks.
Week 1, he wasn't in.
No, I mean preseason, whatever you call it.
He was TN throughout the preseason as well. I don't know.
Then I guess it was last season. That it was-
Yeah.
I guess
Just
Krillin
keep
just-
going back. Oh, last season he was TN as well. Okay, it
Guys-
was season 4.
Guys, it was
Season 4.
it was definitely season 1. I remember, even though I wasn't here then. So,
All right.
yeah, I have absolutely no. At least he did something, cause
Krillin did his ultimate.
yeah, his ultimate it's decent. So
Wait a second. He's on a spam build.
yep.
Yep.
Okay. I'm just gonna
He
say
has
I
one really bad B2.
yes,
and one pretty
I
good B2 and a great ultimate.
I think he tends to pick his bad B2 though.
Yeah, he's dumb.
Well, not anymore. I honestly am really liking what Earth Defenders is going with right now because Krillin has never favored his ultimate like this before.
No.
We
Oh
would
yes,
see
the
him-
ultimate use is amazing,
yeah,
but
so
I don't
his
trust the
ultimate-
B2 use.
No, his ultimate spam is worth expanding Energy Wave in my eyes because Destructo Disc
Right.
used to be like, every once in a blue moon. Like you might go an entire season without seeing him throw out a single Destructo Disc.
Yep.
Because I've been watching since season 1 and there have been seasons where you're hard pressed to find Jesus Christ.
Ooh,
Dimension. But
killing
them
now,
for years.
now every match I've seen him throw one.
Yes,
Am I
Exactly.
right?
If he misses.
but my point is that Krillin, it's not like his Destructo Disc is the most amazing. It's a good ultimate. I like it a lot. It sort of tracks the opponent, but it's fairly weak and it's not the most difficult to dodge. If it was Lightning Arrow, if it was Majube's ultimate, then I would understand that thing's impossible to dodge. And if you get someone to spam that, well, good job, you just won the game.
Right, but like you said, Destructo Disc tracks. So what you do is Krillin throws out 6 or 7 Destructo Discs, and even if he misses 1 or 2, if he hits 2, that's going to hit for around 8,000-9,000 points of damage, and it is an instant knockdown. Like, if you're on the ground, you're on your back. If you're flying, you're on the ground. And if he has a supercharge build, while you're on the ground, he's charging up again.
I know what you mean.
He can
question is,
just keep launching all these Destructo Discs, and they're going to hit.
I know what you mean, but I don't trust. It's personally me from testing on Nappa, actually, that we got build during the off season, which in 2 tests he did ultimate spam over ultimate spam, and his ultimate's not that great, but it delocks. And when it delocks someone, it basically means the next one he uses might as well hit.
Right.
Unless
but the fact is, yeah, unless they jump.
Which I think we saw in ED versus Namekians. They de-locked Namekians and he used B2s and they kept missing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, maybe it's just because I'm the captain of Traps Shooter Central, but
I'm sorry, that's okay. We need a mod to just take that out of the game right now.
Well, considering
with Trap Shooter, I mean, come on, guys, game over.
No, Krillin's ultimate does what, 1.5 base?
Yep.
So it's really strong. It's 1.5, which is stronger than like any ultimate we have on the Ginyu Forest, really. 1.5 base.
Does Krillin's ultimate D-lock?
I don't know if it D-locks or not.
No, it does not.
It doesn't.
Each ultimate, no matter what, even Majubes can get dodged. But if your ultimate can hit half of it and it's still good, it's great. It bounces them back, gives you time to charge. Krillin does seem to charge a lot.
I'm just saying, if it was me, I'd be worried because I don't trust an AI to consistently do this every week.
Oh, of course not. But the thing is that you have to look at the big picture. Like I said, I basically corner the market on like the worst B2 in the game. But
I love that B2 though.
But you have to
best B2 in the game.
You have to just look at what the character is going to do. Even if it's only 70% of the time, that's a pretty high percentage rate.
True.
Oh, I understand if it's 70%. I'm just saying I don't believe it will.
Yeah, you just don't trust it. We got you.
Yeah, that's my entire point.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sorry about that.
I will be controversial here for a second and saying I'm probably one of the few people who sees that expanding energy wave or energy ballet for that matter isn't that horrible. I mean, it's bad. It is. But it's bad in the same sense that Volcano Explosion is bad on Nappa.
I can agree with you there.
I mean,
I can agree.
I'll agree with you.
Interrupt ultimates. We've seen it interrupt B2s. We've seen it,
It's good for interrupt. No, it's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good for interrupting things if it's timed.
He just has to use it right.
If it's timed right, then it's fantastic for interrupting things. It's just not good by itself.
Yeah, because it like Volcano Explosion, it kind of either relies on them,
standing still,
or
being
smashed back into it. And even then, if you smash them back into it and you use it, it's going to home in on where they were. And if he's flying back, it's still going to miss. Same thing with Volcano Explosion.
My only problem with it is there's unlike Volcano Explosion. Volcano Explosion could do a good chunk of damage. It's still a 7K B2. Energy Ballet, it's not like a B2 that's easy to dodge. It's just it won't hit most.
Yeah,
it'll do 3,000 max.
Yeah, no, I can't get behind expanding Energy Wave and Energy Ballet because it's the AI. The AI is never going to go, oh crap, he's using an ultimate. Let me pop this move because the one blast that'll hit
is always
going to
been
knock him out of it.
Those occasions are always lucky.
Like Volcano Explosion, sure, it's stationary, but it has a giant radius. Like you really have to like be on the move as it's happening to dodge it.
And usually, if one hits on Volcanic Explosion, the rest will hit.
Exactly, because it stuns you in place. But Energy Ballet, I've seen Energy Ballet and Expanding Energy Wave. One of the bolts will hit, and it'll knock someone out of the area of the rest of the bolts.
Yep.
Yeah.
That can always happen. So
that's really. I would have to call them bad moves. I don't know if there's any redeeming quality about them because
Trap Shooter.
It's the AI.
Okay. Well, the only reason Trap Shooter is redeemable is because of Piff and his philosophy.
Trap Shooter.
So.
Wait,
No, yeah, 'cause
So bad it's good.
I could have sworn week 2 trap shooter did 7k damage.
Well,
It does.
if
It
it
did that
hits
this match.
if it hits fully, it can do 7k damage because we've seen it before. Because Trap Shooter has a sweet spot where if you're far enough away, all the balls after they've spread out will home back in,
Oh,
and they will slam on the target. So
That
it
is
is
interesting.
capable of doing 7,000, but again, it's the AI. Because Trap Shooter is actually a really good move because it's essentially a shotgun. So if you used it point blank range, you'd be launching like 7k damage for 2 bars. But the AI never does it point blank. The
Nope.
AI always does it when you're all the way across the map.
yeah, you gotta
Yeah, it's
consider
the best.
how the AI will use the ability, not how you would use it.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I've noticed a thing in the league where like if someone misses with a B2, the other character will generally stand there and wait for the animation to end. I mean,
Yep.
not all the time, but a good chunk of it. I mean, they won't
Actu-
counterattack.
I
Well, a lot of the
actually
times.
the only thing they ever do is use a B2. They will never melee the character while he's firing a B2. They just won't. It never happens.
Unless they decide that they want to charge right into it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And there are some B2s where the animation is so long you could get in a devastating melee combo. But the AI isn't capable of doing that.
True. Okay.
AI is the best.
So we've got it. Well, I don't really want to touch on anything except for the fact that we didn't have to rely on Chaozu this week, so
Yeah.
that's a great
Uh,
endpoint.
one
Screw
thing
you, Chaozu.
Dimension's mic is a little messed up right now.
Hey, Dimension,
Can you hear me?
we can hear you, but it sounds like a duck.
So,
You're quacking up every so often.
I'm sorry. I'm turning my mic off, and apparently it's still getting stuff.
Feedback. I will add one
Yeah.
more thing though.
Go ahead.
Keep Savior off TN.
Yep. No, please,
Oh,
please.
I understand the thought process of
No.
hopefully
Yes.
he launches a super powered B2.
I don't.
Keep Savior off TN.
Hey, guess what? No,
I'm-
please keep Savior off TN. I do not want it. I don't want him firing off his inaccurate, self-harming.
One shot.
But I want to share something with you. We did a couple tests during the off season against Tien because we found him a very well-rounded character. And in one of the tests, Turles went up against him. Tien went in max power and did 6, 7, or 8 of his Neo Tri beams in a row, taking down like 3 bars of health.
That's
Oh,
when you
yeah,
grab
and
that
it's the most
test, you throw it
absurd
away.
thing ever.
And
This test doesn't
in the
count.
history of DBZ League, Tien has literally one of the greatest comebacks ever because of Neo Tribeam. It was in season 1. Earth Defenders were fighting the Gohans for a spot in the playoffs, and Tien was by himself, and he crushed the Gohans by spamming Neo Tribeam. That was in season 1. I can't tell you the last time
Hey,
he
guys.
crushed someone with Neo Tribeam.
I can tell you the last time he hit one.
I can tell you the last time he hit one too. It was last week.
Yeah,
But when was the last time he crushed someone?
absolutely in season 1. So let's move on.
Yeah. Let's bring this back. Let's
So-
encourage ED to do this.
So we have the only real the high points of this were Yamcha destroyed. Then Goku did okay. Krillin came in, finished him with an ultimate.
And then Devilman.
And Devilman was pretty impressive.
And then Devilman's been impressive all season long so far.
Yes.
So
Well, considering he was only in last week and this week.
But
you shut your mouth.
Well, an
That's-
11k B2 makes him impressive all along.
Yes. Yes. it
Yeah.
does.
I don't know. I
And-
have a
and the fact
general
that he-
rule that if you do something 2 weeks in a row, I think it's safe to say that you're at the very least
That's
on
all
your
I'm
way
saying.
to being
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's
And
fair.
if Devilman
Yeah,
can be
unlike
as,
Go Tanks.
okay, we're off of that. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to point out. So that is the end of the friggin' matches this week. And now the only thing to go over, how many of you, other than Drac, because I know Drac's not, but have fantasy teams?
I don't,
Oh,
so I'm
I
not going to
do.
have anything to add to this.
I'll be able to add.
You can.
I do, but I'm not very understand. Like I'm not good at tracking all that stuff.
Well, you know what? I am, so.
I'll help out the most I can.
Okay. Well, if you just
Well-
want to be here for commentary, then that's fine.
Well, actually, no. I am going to have to sign off for a bit. This actually ended right when it should have, so I think I'll be signing off right now.
Okay. Well, it's great to have you on.
Yep, thanks for having me.
No problem.
I'll also see you guys later.
Okay,
All right.
Drac.
See
Bye-bye.
you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
I like how Fraser's just kind of chilling. He's still online.
Well,
still
yeah, I mean, we're not talking about cold, so what's there to talk about?
cold. I'm not even gonna try and say anything.
He's
about
got a
it.
hangover, okay?
Yeah, he's probably laying on his desk, passed out. So we've got
Just the three of us. We can
So,
make it if we try.
Should we bring up who's in the top positions for the fantasy league?
Get drunks!
Uh,
Woo!
well, the question is, do you guys want to? Dimension brought it up in the chat.
Oh yes.
Do you guys want to cut it now and record it later, or do you want to quickly touch on it?
I vote for this mainly because it's the three of us, and only one of us is really intelligent about the subject.
That's
Hello.
Fraser. Fraser's back.
He's alive!
Oh,
J-E-L-L-O. It's alive!
Well,
Let's just ask what are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about the teams
we're
Wait,
basically
what's
just
going on?
and
everybody
who did well or
left. Fraser.
not. You're
Everybody
gone.
left.
We
Yes,
we finished the
Are
matches.
we still recording?
Yes, we are still recording as of right now.
Can we cut this out?
Yes, we are
Yeah.
going to.
Okay.
Wait,
No problem.
what?
Don't worry.
So, as of right now, all we have all the match talks done, and then we are going to go on to Fantasy League at
Okay, well, I'm out.
We're not Fraser. Hold on, I've got to talk to you about that Turles thing.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah,
So-
you're gonna sponsor Turles now. I
Yeah,
gotta
we're-
hear this.
Shh. Okay, so the plan right now is, since we're cutting this now, and we are going to talk about fantasy at a later time, I'll try and get some more fantasy people in by the time we actually record this. Yeah, basically right now, I think I'm just going to have Fraser record after the video saves. I'm going to have Fraser record, like, just him talking about the Turles program, and I'm going to put that at the end of the video. That's basically what this is gonna turn into now.
It's gonna be every 5 minutes, a Turles goes starving
Every
and
5
hungry.
minutes, I'll say a nice on Planet Namek by Lord
Wait,
Frieza.
I'm Planet Namek.
Planet
Yes,
Namek.
Planet Namek.
We bring him to Planet Namek. We
That-
watch him
it-
die.
Did you not know Namek was a Saiyan preservation center?
Dude,
There, the Saiyans roam free.
dude, they are an endangered species.
They-
Oh.
They're like the panda
Their
bear.
blood is getting diluted across time.
Oh my lord.
Oh no. This is going all horribly wrong.